So, how do I make my L series faster? Okay, well, I could wash it, that would help. Just a quick wash. So quick, in fact, that I'd got halfway around it before I realised the door was still open. That is a quick wash, and it looks quite a bit better. And it may seem irrelevant to going fast, but I don't want to be driving around in a dirty car anyway. And if it's going a bit faster than it should do, I don't want to be embarrassed times two. What I want to do with this car is what I'm about to do with this snail. Under the bonnet of the Rover 45 with the L series engine, in case you're curious, it is the same one in the ZR and the 25 and the ZS and the early Freelanders. No, over there, that's it. There is the L series engine, a rather agricultural sounding diesel that does the job just fine. Yes, just fine. It's reliable, economical, but not really particularly quick in standard form. But there is something that we could possibly do about this. So I'm going for the easiest possible mod you can do to find out if it works. That there, the air mass sensor, these are known for going a bit wrong. And the other day I decided to unplug it to see what happened. And what happened was the engine management light came on and it didn't make any difference to how it went. But that's only half of what you should do if you want it to go a bit quicker. You see, there is a little trick you can do with these to make it fuel a bit more. Apparently it'll make it a bit more smoky, but more fuel, more power. What we have here is the plug for the air mass sensor, and if you look in there you can see it's got 5 pins, and by using a paper clip or something similar, stick one end in pin 1 and the other in pin 5. Easy to follow? Yes. Let's try it. When your air mass sensor goes to pot, basically it's getting misinformation. With this misinformation it cannot fuel your car properly. But by trying this, you're still essentially lying to the ECU, but in a nice way. Okay, let's go! So to do this properly, I need to go on the road and go a bit quicker than I normally would do. I will do it within the limits of the public road, and you'll be able to see I'm doing it within the limits because you can see my speedo, which is why I put it there. If you can focus on it, that is. And if I can ever get out of this junction, second gear, and to fourth. Look, a short shift. Now what I really need here is a bit of road where I can drive a bit faster than 30, and there's one just coming up. All I really want is for the traffic in front of me to be a bit clearer than it currently is. In case you're interested, this car is Project Steve. So here we are at a 50 mile per hour limit here, and I'm doing 30 to 50, go. That pulls much better. And I cut the traffic up. The issue with driving along roads like this is there's always someone in front of you wanting to do 35 miles per hour, and then when you get to the end of the 50 limit and it's a 30, they carry on doing 35 miles per hour. Yeah, I thought I'd just pull off on the side of the road here so people on the main road can see me filming and think, I wonder what that guy is doing. Anyway, regardless, time to continue the journey of the trickery with the air mass sensor. Now I must say, it does seem to tug much more aggressively, which is exactly what you want. But how much extra power has it actually got? And the answer to that is, I don't know, which isn't an answer at all. It's just my answer to a question I don't understand. Try it again. certainly much better than it was before, but it's still not exactly what you would call quick. Just punchy. It's a punchy little car, but that's acceleration from standstill. Where the diesel really works best is at motorway speeds. Oh, by the way, those people, the my speed people that do 35 on a 60 limit and 35 on a 30 limit, they also do 35 outside the school, 35 at a 20 limit, and 35 miles per hour entering the motorway. They're dangerous. They have no idea. The best way to find out how good it is on the motorway is to go on the motorway. And that's quite convenient because there's one just here. And it's called the M62. You may have heard of it. One thing I am impressed by so far is that although it's got this extra poke, there's no more smoke. And that phrase that people have, no smoke without poke, is nonsense. Because all that means is you're not burning your fuel properly. Okay, right, so we're doing sort of 50 at the moment in 5th gear, and what I want to do is just put my foot down. There we go. And it picks up quite thoroughly there, up to 70. And that's it, that's the limit. I'm not allowed to go any faster than that. So there, test over. So from 60 to 70, here we go. There, that's it. That was without really any effort at all. I'm happy with that. Very happy with it. Out of all the mods that you could possibly do to make your diesel engine go a bit faster, that's definitely the one I'd like to recommend, because it doesn't cost anything for a start. Messing around with turbos can be problematic. Taking the cat off is, well, it's diesel stink enough as it is. I really want to do that. Put it unleaded in. It doesn't tend to run too well. Of all the cheapo mods you can do, I reckon this is probably the best one. It's basically giving me a big chunk of power for nothing. Obviously having the ECU maps and things like that works, but that costs some money, doesn't it? No doubt there's a whole host of other cheap bodges available that usually don't work. On Tuesday, a lovely young lady came to my work to buy a piece of glass, and that young lady was called Matthew, and he brought me this beer to drink. Well, it's a rather splendid colour of a beer, I would say. It's kind of it's pale ale, but it looks ever so slightly cloudy, and I like something that's ever so slightly cloudy. The particular glass is making use of the nitrogen left inside the ale itself by making it fizz up to the top like that. Looks rather good, I think. Do you know what? That's jolly good indeed. It is a session IPA at 4.3%. So you'd need quite a few of these to get rather drunk. But that's not the point. I'm drinking it to taste it and to say thank you to that lovely young lady. I must say this is one of the most satisfying beers I've ever had. And I've had quite a lot of beer in my life. It reminds me a little bit of Goose IPA, but with a bit more maltiness to it, and made with fewer geese. Yes, it has a rather lovely zestiness to it. It's very zingy and citrusy. If washing up liquid was nice to drink, it might be a bit like this. Very nice. Now really, maybe I should just do some proper beer reviews. Maybe I should have a beer review channel, I don't know. Because I'd like to give this beer a good 9 out of 10. It really is very, very impressive indeed. Yes, thank you. And thank you, Matthew. Please come again, buy some more parts and bring beer.